The bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just give it up, don't stop. And if you get in my way, you gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just give it up, don't stop. Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego! I ain't here to wake nobody up. I'm here to unplug you.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. God loves.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we get into that, let me get into the chat. Let me get into the chat. Dee Dee, Dee. What up, sis? Appreciate you. Safi, what up, sis? Hey, I appreciate you, man. Yeah, that wrench. Look, man, I be thinking, look, people support in different ways. And I mean, you had I can't even count on one hand how many people that came to the channel in the last week, saying you sent them. So I appreciate that. Just I mean that just shows you support the channel. So I appreciate that. I really do. I really do. But yeah, we gonna talk about the emotional spectrum, and I'm gonna break down the word pride, right? I'm gonna hit it from a couple angles. It's one particular angle that I'm not gonna hit unless someone asks me to. It's just one aspect about it I want people to ask me about before I go into it. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the emotional spectrum. So um, let me check this out real quick. I bought a mouse and I'm not using it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the thing about this too, I'm gonna make my own chart. I didn't have time to, but I got to make one anyway for the mentoring group. Um, but the one thing I will have to say about this is, I feel angry should be where sad is. I think those are in the wrong space. I think it's worse. I think you at your lowest of low when you sad, when you feeling that the helplessness, the guilt, the hurt, the hopelessness, the miserable, the drained, the bored, the tired. I think that's the low of low, right? Because when you frustrated, you can get things popping off of being frustrated. When you mad, you can get things popping off of being mad. When you feel hurt, that can motivate you. Hostile, all these things can motivate. When you feel react negatively, but you can also use that as motivation. But when you feel helpless, that's just where you at a lot of times, and it take a while to dig out of that. So with this emotional spectrum chart, I will definitely have to put the sad and the angry. I will have to put those because I think, like, when you go through these phases, when you think about it, right? When you feel helpless, right? Say an incident occurred and you feel helpless. What happened? You go through that for a minute, but then when you start overcoming it, right before you hit that breaking point that I'm okay with it, it pisses you off, right? Because you feel like you were violated, you felt like somebody hurt you, but when you're in that hopeless feeling, it's just despair, right? That's just a lonely place to be in, you know, a very lonely place. Big Mix, what up, though? Stella, what up? Appreciate you. Rolo, what is popping, bro? What's proper? Everyone, please enjoy your day today, and always don't let nothing or no one steal your joy. Exactly. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with sad. Like we kind of touching on that, right? We're kind of touching on that now. So like even when you sad, right? My bad. I'm just going back. Yeah, this mouse is. Yeah, I like having this mouse. Yeah, that's easy. I just get created an easy button for myself. Yeah, I just didn't have a battery for it. That's it. I got kids and everything takes batteries. So we was out and about today, and I was like, oh yeah, let me get some batteries. Um, so yeah, I had this thing for like 2 weeks with no batteries. But yeah, so we're gonna start with sad, right? Um, like I said, in my opinion, not no emotional expert or specialist or nothing like that. I'm more self-studied, but I got a lot of experience with my own emotions, so I always speak from my perspective. So, putting starting with sad, and remember, the emotions are the initial feelings that we have. Our feelings is what we consciously think about. Like that's the conscious part. That's when we're thinking. But the initial feeling is is the emotion. The emotion leads to the feelings. So this list, you got angry, anxious, sad, confident, happy, content at the top, right? This list, the top ones are the emotions. The next, the the list is actually the feelings. Is what these emotions lead to, right? Tay each y'all. What up, Nine? Appreciate you. Lisa J is in the building. What up, though, sis? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah. Um, so starting with sad, like I said, when you in this state, this is like the lowest of the low, right? These are the feelings that lead to non-progress, right? And a lot of times we have to experience these things. We have to go through them. It takes us time, you know. We have to work through them, you know. And when you begin to work through them, for me, right, I had to learn from the incidents, and the more I learned, I began to feel like I took something back, like I took something, I got something out of it. It wasn't just a loss, a messed up situation. It's like, okay, I had to go through it to learn this, right? A lot of times I found when I did that, or even people around me, and they like, yeah, bro, you're right. You know, when you learn, when you take something from, it's just when we go through things and we experience them, right? Um, when we go through an experience, but the experience itself is what affects our perception of life moving forward from that experience. So a lot of times we experience things as adversity or painful, hurtful thing, and we don't learn from it, and it continuously affects us because a lot of times it draws fear because by not learning from it, not understanding it, it just becomes something that will hurt you. But when you understand why it hurt you, because I was in this position, I was dealing with these people, I missed this sign, I missed that sign, I put myself in this position. I was overthinking. I was emotional. Whatever the situation, whatever and why you was in the situation, it gives you the confidence moving forward to know the signs. Like, okay, yeah, I experienced that before. I'm straight. I ain't about to go that way. I ain't going left today. I'm going right. I ain't gonna go left today because I seen that before. I experienced that already. I learned from it. It's not. It's not beneficial. You know, you go make mistakes. That's a given, right? And like you go make mistakes. The key is not to keep making the same mistakes. And that's what a lot of people do. They make the same mistakes. So um, the next one, we're gonna go to anxious, right? This is when we scared, when we worried, when we afraid, when we stressed out. I don't really rock with shock. Um, when we ashamed, when we feel insecure, when we feel rejected, when we feel uneasy. You know, we had a conversation about, anxious before. Shout out to my 33 brother. Rooted, what up, though? Appreciate you, Rooted. Appreciate you. Oh, that's okay, Big Mitch. That's okay, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Rooted is in the building. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Shout out to Rooted, man. Now these are the like in this area, this anxious area, I would add paranoia. I would definitely add. Well, I guess that'd be uneasy, but definitely add paranoia. You know, um, this is the area where we have to. It is education, is understanding. When you look at what you're worried about, what you're scared of, what you stressed about. A lot of times, think about when you overcame these feelings. How did you overcome them? A lot of times is with education, understanding the situation. You're only anxious or stressed or afraid or worried or scared or ashamed. Like, okay, let's play with a shame, right? Why are people ashamed? Because they don't know how people will look at them. 9 times out of 10, if you're ashamed of something, when you're thinking about it, what you're thinking about is how people go perceive it, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. When you feel ashamed of something, why do you feel ashamed? Because you think how others go look at you, or is it self shame? Like even in the Bible, right? Why Adam and Eve wasn't ashamed until they was naked, until they knew they had, until they got the knowledge, right? And then they were afraid that God, or they would have been ashamed if God seen them naked. They didn't want God to, but God been seeing you naked. So now that you know right and wrong, it's shameful to be seen naked by someone else. It's outside. So you like with that is a couple ways. Um, this is how I deal with being ashamed. I don't do stuff that I'm gonna feel ashamed of. Easiest way. Look, just don't do shit that you know if somebody find out you gonna feel ashamed of. Just don't do it. That's telling you right there. See, these to me, a lot of these are indicators. I tell you, your emotions are the language of the soul. I've been saying it. Yeah, I told you your soul is a navigational system telling you if you're going wrong or right. If you feel ashamed of what other people think, that means you shouldn't do the shit. That means you shouldn't do it. And how can you not feel ashamed? By accepting that you did it. That's another way. Okay, I did it. I fucked up. Okay, my bad. I did it. Whatever it is. Okay, learn from it. Don't do it again. I couldn't be ashamed of something I did one time. I don't care what it is. I promise you, I would. I've never felt ashamed for making a mistake, for doing something one time and not knowing. Like and I say this because a lot of times you won't even feel that feeling until after you do something, right? That's why I'm saying it. But after I did it, after I do something and feel something so many times, you know what I start doing? I start thinking like, damn, if I do this, will I feel bad about it later? Will I be feeling ashamed for it later if I do it now? And then if I was like, yeah, you will, I wouldn't do it. But yeah, everyone has to learn from experience. So that initial feeling. Now, if you're in your 30s and 40s and you ain't figured that out yet, then this is the time to be ashamed. This is the time right now. Okay. Look, if you don't think about what you do before you do it, how you go feel about it afterwards, that's called a reaction. That's what one of my favorite words come up. Capricious, right? You got capricious, impulsive behavior. If you don't think before you do, that's just what it is. That's impulsiveness. At a certain level of maturity, you understand the difference between react and respond. You understand the difference between the two. Now, if you're still reactive, that's something to work on. It's still stuff that I'm reactive to. Hey, Selena, what up, sis? Appreciate you. My bad. I just looked back in the chat. I'm gonna tell y'all a story today. That something that happened today, right? And I'm very proud of myself. My wife is even proud of me, right? My wife is like so proud of me. We was in the grocery. Did I tell y'all this story earlier when we was in the grocery store? I think I did. When I almost took somebody out. I almost literally took somebody out in the grocery store today. So y'all know I can't see. So I got the little and the grocery store was bright, and I ain't got my new glasses yet. My daughter broke my glasses. So I got my eye patch on. I'm thinking that's gonna help. It didn't. So my eyes is hurting. So I'm in the little cart, right? And I'm sitting there waiting for my wife. She grabbing some stuff, and I hear this guy say, "Oh, she's cute." There's a bunch of people in the grocery store, so I ain't thinking nothing of it. But when I hear my wife respond, I look up, and it's this dude. And my daughter is like me, right? I'm right for her age. She only one, but her intuition is on fleek because I would look and feel something about someone, and then I'd be like, man, I might be chirping. But then I see my daughter get the same reaction. I'm like, no, we good, because she talked to some people like super happy. Hi, 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 hi. Be smiling and everything. And some people she be grimming them, right? And it just so happened she was grimming this dude. And then the dude walks up to my son and was like, "Oh, you a handsome young guy." And he kind of like reached to like bump his arm. My son kind of moved back, and my wife was like, "Yeah, my son is the cheerful one. My daughter is like my husband." Um, and then the guy was like, "Oh, your husband is great." And then he hit my shoulder, and I'm looking at him. And then he walked to the back of me, was like, and kept talking. And I was about to get up, like, bro, what is you? I'm like, bro, why? I don't know you. Like, why is you coming this close to my family, just talking like we cool or something? And you smell like butt, and you touching people, bro. Like this 2024, you just don't go around touching people. It's all types of shit out here, bro. Like so, but I held my composure. I sat down. I didn't even say nothing. And my wife was like, come on, let's go. She seen my face. She was like, I thought you was about to hit him. I'm like, I wanted to. Because I'm like, why is you coming? Like, it was just, it was, I get that. My intuition be on fleek. I know when people ain't got nothing good on their heart. I feel it. And that's how I felt. Right. But I was like, we in a public place. Um, I got my kids and stuff right here. I ain't trying to knock. When we walked in, the police was right there. So now I ain't trying to knock nobody out, bro. Let me just get these groceries and dip, right? So that's what we did. We just got the groceries and dip. But the whole point, like, I can't change my face. My face is just gonna be what it is. My wife was like, you stared through him, around him, and she was like, his soul was trying to run away from you when you was looking at him. I'm like, look, I didn't try all that. That was just on my face. And I'm like, and he smelled like booty. I'm not joking. But as we going down the lane, I'm talking about it, right? And I'm like, I don't even see why people approach me. I ain't got a nice face. Like, hey, how you doing? Want to shake my hand? And this lady was like, yeah, I wouldn't approach you. I'm like, the lady behind us, they're like, yeah, I wouldn't approach you. But I'm thinking like, well, shit, you feel good enough to just talk in our conversation. Wasn't nobody talk. I'm thinking that like, wasn't nobody, but I thought it was funny too. She was like, yeah, I wouldn't approach you. I'm like, that's good. But anyway, now, to be honest with you, right? I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Um, this is probably one of my favorite emotions. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it has did so much positive for me in my life. Um, it did a lot of harm, a lot of hurt too. But some of the most profound lessons I learned was through anger. Right? It was through me being angry, because I didn't have an easy life. Right? I just didn't. Um, I'm grateful for it though. Because the experiences have molded me. The fire I went through. You can only make a sword when you melt that metal, and you only melting it with fire. So when we go through these things, it can either destroy us or it can mold us. And I was molded in fire. So um, anger for me has propelled me, as it has pushed me. It has took me out of bad situation. I got so angry at myself. I'm gonna tell you one of my most angriest moments in life was when I realized all the sacrifices my mother made for me and how I was just taking them for granted, doing dumb shit, risking my life, doing things I didn't have to do. I didn't have to be in the street at all. I didn't have to be. I could have been a nerd, just chilled in the home. I could have did all that, but I didn't. And every opportunity that she was trying to give me, not sleeping. She was always there to cheer me on, to encourage me, just to make me feel like, hey, I'm here. Somebody got your back. Always did that. She gave so much. And when I realized how much she was giving and what I was doing with the opportunity that my mother created for me, I was so mad at myself. I hated myself. I had no choice but to change. I had no choice. I had to do it. I couldn't let all her sacrifices be in vain. I couldn't do it. Because if I did, I would have been a piece of shit, honestly. That's just what it is. Right now, even in the condition that I'm in, I push. I push, I push, I push. And I'm going to do that till I pass out, till I go and can't do it no more. I'm going to do that because I seen my mother do it. No matter how tired she was, she just got shit done. She just got it done. No matter how tired she was. I remember it was time where she was picking me up from a game and she driving home, trying not to nod off. That's how tired she is. She's been up for 48 hours. But she came to my game and she screamed and yelled and cheered me on because she knew how important it was to me. So yeah, I was pissed off. I was pissed at myself. I hated myself. I hated myself so much I killed that person. I killed him and became something else. And it was hard. It's still hard. You know, it's still hard. It's like when you think about a addict, right? When you think about a drug addict, they tell you it's two type of addicts on this planet. One is still using and one is still recovering. That's the only thing. Once you're an addict, you're an addict. It's just two phases of it. Are you recovering? And that's a life process. Or are you still using? Are you active? And in my own right, I was an addict. I was an addict to violence. I was an addict to self hate. I was an addict to not loving myself. That sounds crazy, don't it? Nah, man, it's not. It's something called emotional addiction. And I've been telling y'all for like 4 months that I'm gonna do a live on it, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna show you why. Because these feelings, each one of these feelings, they release chemicals in your body. And that anger, that adrenaline, I was addicted to. I used to look for opportunities to be mad sometimes. And I still do. Because anger fuels me. I can transmute energy. So I use anger and I create something. You piss me off, I go make a drop. I go make a video or something. I go write a poem. I used to just go to the dojo and spar. That's all I used to do. Or go work out. But I had to find other outlets since I've been in this condition. So it's create now. You know? I create. So anger has been it's been a blessing to me. A gift and a curse, if you will. You know, because yeah, it got me in trouble a lot too. I ain't gonna deny that, but I did something with it too. I made anger benefit me. I used what was used against me to benefit me. Because a lot of times it was people will do shit, right? With the intent to piss you off, with the intent to make you sad, the intent to make you angry. People will do that. So knowing that, look, just use it. Use it to your benefit. If they go do it, use it. You know, these are just concepts that I adopted. I just adopted that. If you throw lemons at you, make lemonade, right? Nah, I fuck around and make a lemon meringue pie. I'm gonna make some pie out of this. Keep throwing them. I'm gonna open up a lemonade shop, a lemon store. You know, we make disinfectants too. Like we got it all. I make lemon bubble gum. Keep throwing lemons. I'm gonna use that shit. And then and then I'm gonna sell you lemons just to throw them at me. You gonna run out of lemons. I'm like, hold on, huh? You can buy this barrel right here of lemons and throw it at me, right? I'm gonna give you a discount. Come back next month. I'll have some more lemons for you. Just keep throwing them. I sell you the damn lemons back. Let's go. Like, look, this is some of the concepts that within the philosophy of the word, right? I know that sounds crazy, right? But I do have philosophies, right? And one of them is the quicksand method, right? I like that. But one of my favorites is use to utilize, right? Utilize things. Everything has multiple purposes, right? Just find out how it can benefit you, right? Utilize it, but you have to know it to be able to do that. If you don't know it, you can't utilize it. You can only use it. If you can't comprehend, should I say? But anyway, back to this. So we're going confident, right? And see, this is why we gonna get into pride in a minute. Yeah, we've been 30 minutes. Um, I'm taking slow. I'm just talking, but we will get into pride in a minute. But this confident, right? Confident. When you feel confident in something, you feel brave, feel powerful, inspired, courageous, strong, creative, important, energy, hopeful. When you feel confident, when you get that confidence, like, man, I can do this. Even if it's an obstacle, what happens? You start finding creative ways to get it done. If you're confident, you'll have hope. You'll feel strong. You'll be inspired. You'll feel powerful if you're confident. So that's why I say anger for me that was the next mode, right? I'm gonna actually make one and I'm gonna relate it to the chakras because I think I did a video and members check it out because I believe it's the members only. But I believe I did a video telling y'all how to open each chakra, right? This ain't nothing supernatural. This is just energy nodes in your body. Is literally think about your look. This is the easiest way I can explain chakras because when you see how to open them, your chakras are different levels of your consciousness, right? That you believe that it's like different windows of how you look at yourself, just different windows. If you look at if you look at the chakras and what they represent, all of them are aspects of you. All of them are. So these are just different windows of yourself that a lot of times you have to come to terms and accept. And once you do that, you free. These are all the doubts, the disbeliefs you have in yourself. That's all it really is. People be making all this stuff supernatural, bro. But so yeah, confident. Then happy, joyful, love, optimistic, energetic, valued, cheerful, connected, excited, interested. That's how we feel when we happy. Different ways our happiness is perceived, rather. Right? When we feel all these different things. When we perceive like we're loved, when we're optimistic about things, when we think about, when we're energetic about things, when we feel valued, right? And then content. Um, I guess that's an okay term. Yeah, I guess that's a content. To me, that's a submissive term. Um, that's a submissive term. Content. I would say at peace, at zen. Feeling fully balanced. Right when you don't have like a worry, when you just understand, to understand, overstand. When you just know. Like think about right before you go to bed. You'll sleep good if you ain't worried about somebody coming in your house catching on fire, dog jumping on it. You'll feel good and you'll be content. You'll go in and feel balanced. Well, I understand. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet. I understand why they used it, but that's the highest spectrum. That's when you at peace with everything. And it's hard to stay there. I be there. I be there a lot in a day. It used to be hard to get there, but once you get there, I promise you it'll be hard to stay there, especially if you're dealing with the outside world, right? If you're dealing with anything outside yourself, this is why Buddhist monks go into the mountains and don't deal with nobody, right? This is how they reach that level of Zen because they ain't got to deal with nobody. If I ain't got to deal with nobody, I'll be a monk. I'll be levitating and everything. If I ain't have to deal with anybody, including my kids. I can't be no monk with kids. You can't be a monk with kids. They go do something and you go feel some type of way. That's just what the kids go do, right? That's what kids do to you. So you can't be a Buddhist monk and deal with kids. But this is why they do that, though. This is why all the gurus, all the spiritual people, this is why they seclude themselves. They go away from everybody, so they can enjoy this, so they can get to this level of peace. Because it's hard because people just weird, man. I gotta make that again. I gotta make that people weird emoji. But people just weird. So you can be doing everything right and somebody go see wrong in it. Everyone has their own perspective how things should go, how things are, and how things should be. Everybody got their own perspective of that, and they clash a lot. And in my opinion, it's different reasons. Nate the Great is in the building. Somebody take his phone while he ain't paying attention. Take his phone. Take his phone. Take his phone. But no, I'm just playing. What up, though? What up, though, Nate? Appreciate you. But yeah. So let's get to this. This is the fun part for me. So if you see on the thumbnail, we gonna break down pride, right? So I want to show you a couple different things. So when you think of pride, right? What do you? Let me ask y'all this: when you think of pride, what do you think of? Like what is your understanding of pride? Anybody? What is your understanding of pride? I might need one of my nines up here for this part because I might need some pushback. I enjoy the pushback. I really do. But not even just the pushback, but just the. Do I see Sirius? What up, though? Sirius, what up, sis? Appreciate you. Yeah, I might need one of the nines up here. So. So I'm gonna share screen real quick. I didn't make no. So we just go look at actual definitions, right? So this is kind of a freestyle. Because I mean I understand the general definitions. I just don't know when I click on it what I'm actually see. But here we go. What you say, Big Mix? Pride is frowned upon as putting oneself over estimate. And see, this is what I'm telling y'all. I think I'm gonna do a series of breaking down words. So if y'all want me to break down a word or even a concept, let me know. I do my best to fulfill that. So yeah, like when you think of pride, people always think of something negative, right? But pride is a deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievement, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or from qualities or possessions that are widely admired, right? Consciousness of one's own dignity, confidence, and self respect as expressed by members of a group, typically one that has been socially marginalized and based off their own shared identity, culture, and experience. All right, that's the definition of pride. And that comes from the Oxford Dictionary. Been around for a minute, right? So the most common, like even your understanding, Big Mix, when you said pride, why is it frowned upon? Where do most people get that from? Let's just be real. I'm here to teach. I'm about to show you something. I want y'all to really see something. Y'all seen what I put up there, right? Oh, shiznit. Hold on. Most people understand that pride, the negativity of pride from the Bible. Let's be real. Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. Am I correct? That's what pride is. Pride is one of the seven deadliest sins. People always quote the Bible. Pride comes before the fall of man, right? So let's look up pride. Let's do this together. Pride in Hebrew. I'm gonna show y'all something, bro. There's a difference between understanding and comprehending, right? I'm gonna show you why it's important to understand comprehend, because when you only have an understanding of stuff, you literally under the information. You're under it. You under it, right? So this is a free lesson. So when you look at the construction of the word in Hebrew, pride, right? The word is masculine and feminine. So you would notice the characters, right? So even in a masculine, it states. Trying to see the definition. This don't pop up. I am not familiar with this browser, and I don't know how to. Hold on, let me make. There we go. Is the meaning of Proverbs? Where is? My bad. Hold on, I'm trying to get this website. I don't have the translator on my laptop. I got it on my phone. Um, Oh, I know I can do it. Give me 1 second. Didn't think I was gonna have to do this, but I guess I do. No, I can't. Oh, I can do it from here. Oh, wow. I can't do it from here. Okay, so I can't get the translator up. Hold on, I should be able to do it. I just have to find a website for a translator. Well, this is one right here. Hold on, let me expand it and see. What I wanted to show you. Okay. Forms for the masculine and feminine. Is there any? No, that's not. Hold on. I gotta be a little bit more direct. Oh my goodness. Hold on, man. Let me see if I can. This is wild. Like these browsers are that different. Hmm. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up like this. Rooted, appreciate you, brother. Hold on, let me play this. My bad, y'all. I was lost in the sauce for a second. James, what up, though? Hold on, brother. Hold on. Man, I wish I can share this with y'all. This is a translator on Google. I thought I can share it, but it won't let me share to my laptop. Won't let me share it to the laptop. But hold on. So the point I'm trying to make is the characters that create the word pride in Hebrew also has multiple meanings. Hold on, let me just type that in. Let's see, it's hard to. Oh, I know how I can do it. I can copy and paste it. Oh no, I done messed up. Now they gave me everything in Hebrew. This is so wild. Okay, so we just go rock out with this. Unfortunately, it's not. It's from Microsoft. Microsoft. That's my bad. I forgot I got two different browsers. I had everything saved under, but I don't have. Oh, that's I can just do that. Hold on. I'm gonna just do this real quick. That way I can get everything saved off my Google Drive. I just gotta put Google on here. Oh, they don't have Chrome in the. Oh, they don't want you using Chrome, huh? Yeah, they don't want me using because I got a. I don't know what this is. It's a gaming computer, but it's from Microsoft. So I guess they don't want you using Google on. Oh yeah, I just gotta download it real quick. Did it just kick me off? Okay, so anyway, so there's a couple other words that character is associated with, and those words um, are arrogance, are hubris. All these words associate with excessive pride. Um, Hold on, let me just sign in there real quick. All these words associate with excessive, having more pride, having too much pride. Too much of anything is bad, right? So even in the sense of having too much of pride is no longer pride. It then turned into something else. All right. It's no longer pride. If you got too much sugar in your Kool-Aid, now you got sugar water. You ain't got Kool-Aid no more. Right? So too much of anything is bad. But it changes into something else. And it's a reason why my bad, I'm just signing into the it's a reason why people don't want you to have pride. Because like I said, when you have pride, it leads to confidence, it leads to self-esteem, it leads to okay. No, I'm gonna set it to a default. Got it. Oh, I just gotta change some stuff up real quick. I need to put it in. Oh man, where is the screen? Trying to find a dark mode. Classrooms, finance. Okay, I don't know how to account. Yeah, I'm gonna play with that later. Let me just try to find this for y'all. Okay, now we go here. What? Okay, hold on. This is tripping. This is my bad, y'all. This is my bad because I should have had this up already. Um, yeah, so that's my bad. But we back. We got it. We here, right? Um, all right, stop sharing that. 'Cause I'm on another browser. And we sharing. Um, hmm. I think it's this one, is it? No, it's not that. Hold on. Why can't I share this screen? Oh man, I gotta do that. Okay, that's cool. Um, yeah, okay, I figured it out. I think it's this. I can't see this white screen. Is that it? Okay, y'all can see this. Okay, great. Here we go. So, haughtiness, boastfulness, arrogance, conceited. So, when we look at the definition of pride, right, and then we look at the definition of these other words, understand languages, right? So, when we talk even about the English language, right? We have a concept, right? We have a concept and we have multiple words that mean that concept or similar to that concept. What do I mean by that? So even when we say something is the same, right? If we say replica, something is that replica has multiple meanings, right? Replica is the same. It's replicated from that one, but it's not the original one, right? A replica can never be the original, but it's the same as the original. These are the concepts behind the word itself, right? So depending on how you wouldn't say um, identical, and this is the mistake too, because Brother Gary pointed this out. He said, "Would you say identical twins are the same?" And I told him no, because there's no such thing as identical twins. Two people cannot be the same. They not. I don't care if they come out looking like each other. Their fingerprints are different. So that's not even a replica, because a replica is a clone. So if you don't have the same fingerprint, you don't have the same space between the eyes, you're not an identical. Identical means the same. You can associate identical. So these words are used. Sometimes they're interchangeable, but when you interchange words, you lose the meaning, or sometimes you alter the meaning. So to say identical twins, it sounds good, but show me something that's identical, like as far as people, twin. We accept that ideology, we accept that concept, but it's not true. One of them be higher, taller, one of them be thicker, one of them, you know, I seen identical twins with different eyes, but it's a definite fact they don't have the same fingerprint, so you can't be identical, not by definition. But we associate that. We don't say, oh, they similar, they twins mean similar. We can say because we created the word twins and gave it a meaning and associated with something else. That's how you create new words. It's always associated with something I already know. So with these words, you can't associate them. If you look up all these words, right? We look up, I'm gonna look it up on haughtiness, right? It's gonna be excessive pride. So all of them gonna have pride associated with it, but it's over pride. It's having too much pride. It's having too much. So if it's having too much pride, it's no longer pride. Is Tylenol good if you OD on it? No, it's not. It's not the same. It's you're doing it too much. But then they associate the prime word of the concept, pride. Why do they do that? Why is it so bad to have pride? I want y'all to think about that. Why is it so bad for someone to be prideful? Not saying over pride, not saying boastfulness, not saying arrogance, not saying conceited. But why is it so bad for someone to have pride? Why would that be a bad thing? When you look up the word pride, we looked it up. You're feeling good about your achievements. That's basically what it is. You're just feeling good about what you achieved. Wouldn't that be motivation and inspiring? But if you don't have pride, listen to what I'm telling you. If you don't have pride, a lot of times you won't have shame either. And without pride and shame, people can easily manipulate you. Without having one or two or both of them components, a prideful person is not going to be manipulated. An arrogant person will, but not a prideful person. Because a prideful person understands humility, right? I'm going to break that word down because that means servitude too. The characters that create humbleness or humility show servitude. And that's the difference between our language too. Like when you look at these Hebrew languages, when you look at that, those are characters, right? We call our alphabet characters too, though, honestly. But they a lot back in the day was symbolism. Right? Even with the Hebrew, most writing back in the day had to do with symbols. We talk about the hieroglyphs, words, the symbols meant that's how we associate or understood stuff. So the intricate shapes of these characters, they mean something. So when you add this symbol and this symbol together, you get this concept. We don't do that no more. Now the words mean concept. But back then the symbols meant concept. That might be going over people's head. But even understanding that, to truly understand what these words meant or what these words personified, you got to comprehend that, because the way we use words now ain't the way they use words 10, 15, 20 years ago. So how you just go assume this word was created thousands of years ago and meant this and now it means, like, nah, man. Nah, man. That's not how it worked. That's just not how it worked. So even talking from ancient texts, the first thing you got to understand is what was going on at that time when they was writing this stuff. What was going on? You got to understand the mind. If you wrote a story, right, telling me about, if you sitting up here telling me your story, and I'm listening to your story, and I'm taking it all in with my perception. What tends to happen when people do that? They start judging people, right? Drawing conclusions, not truly fully understanding what a person is saying, because you may have did something out of an act of survival because you was in an environment where you had to survive, and somebody else look at you like, oh man, nah, I wouldn't have did that. You know why? Because you weren't put in these situations, these conditions. You don't understand. You lack the knowledge of knowing why I had to. So reading these stories from back in the day, just think about that. These people was writing these for a reason. And when you understand that, nothing is new under the sun. Cycles repeat, right? Same thing they was going through back then. We just got different circumstances and different conditions, but we going through the same thing. The haves and the have-nots, the educated, the uneducated. It's always been conflict between thoughts, really, how people look at stuff. Since the beginning of time, people been fighting over if my way is right, if your way is right, and now I guess, it ain't as much bloodshed as I guess back then. I don't know, I wasn't there, but I was told it will make others dislike me. And that's what I'm saying. How will pride make somebody else? Pride is basically you appreciating your achievements. That's all pride is. Is you appreciate what you achieve. People feel like they have to give one thing up to accept another one. People say, "Oh, replace pride with humility." Why you can't have both? Why you can't be proud when you accomplish something and be humble at the same time? Like, so you telling me if I accomplish a goal and I said, man, hey, I accomplished this goal. I appreciate everybody who supported me and came through. I'm excited. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the love. If I did that, I mean, am I not prideful and humble at the same time? You can celebrate yourself. That's all right. You should celebrate yourself. Who else go celebrate you? Nah, man, I don't do that, bro. Look, look, I don't do all that participation trophy. I don't do that. But I tell you this, in life, if you don't pat yourself on the back, don't expect nobody else to. Don't expect nobody else to. Most things are, a lot of things are misunderstood, and people use things, they utilize them, for their own purpose, right? But like I was saying in that conversation earlier, I feel everyone should be responsible, right? Oh, my bad. Why y'all ain't tell me what is going? Okay, why y'all ain't tell me I ain't dropped the link? I thought the link was dropped. I've been rocking for an hour. I didn't even know the link wasn't dropped. But yeah, it is. I believe I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it regular right now, so anyone can hit the link. It's not on the community wall, but let me go back up in the chat. Miss Tracy, what up, though? James, what up, though, brother? My bad if I missed y'all. I was how was everyone's day? My wife made me do chores, man. Ask Gary. Gary was talking to me when I was doing my dishes. I have pride really, but I don't say much on. You don't need to. It ain't for everybody to know. See, that's what I'm saying. That becomes boastfulness. Like, it's a difference between pride and arrogance. It's a total different. People will say, "Oh, I'm just being prideful." Nah, bro, you being arrogant. You being boastfulness. Like, you ain't. I don't have to brag on anything. Like, you can mention when you start trying to use your success to make people feel bad. We ain't talking about pride no more. That's something different. Remember, pride is just your feeling on what you accomplish. Your feeling on what someone you care about accomplished. That's all pride is. Is you feeling good about accomplishment. It ain't you using what you got to make someone else feel bad. No, that's not pride. Now we're talking about something else. There's no such thing as over pride. Once you go over pride, it's something else. That don't even make sense. Over prideful. Well, if it's over, don't we got a name for it, right? We got a name for everything. Both arrogant. So if you go over this level, it's something else. That's like when we was looking at the emotional spectrum. Once you go from one, you go to the next level. It's something else. What's after first grade, second grade? So when you go over this, like, bro, like this is the thing. Like I told y'all, Batman gone. I'm gonna be Joker. It is what it is. But this is the reality, right? I'll be the first one to tell you I believe in three planes of existence, right? A physical existence, a mental, and a spiritual. I understand it's different dimensions, right? I will tell you this. I have no problem talking about these things. I astral projected before, right? I believe in the ancestral plane. I've been there. I understand the Akashic records. I can talk to you about these things, but I don't be trying to make everything supernatural because it's not. A lot of it is you. You are the supernatural. To be honest with you, your feeling, like that's why I say people be trying to make things spooky, like the demons and this. Nah, bro, all that shit is you. Everything. I'm telling you, I promise you. Think about what I'm saying. When we say is a demon inside someone, what is that demon? Is that not their intentions? Is that not them lack of feeling or over feeling something? Their bitterness? Is that not what's manifested and coming out of them? Or you think it's really a spirit that went down? You are the spirit. How do you affect other people? When they say my demon jumping on your demon, those emotions, that's energy. I'm not gonna make it supernatural, but I'm gonna tell you what it is. That's energy. Now you got good energy in you, and you get around somebody with some nasty ass, you go feel that. That you will feel. Their actions, their words, the way they present things to you, all that stuff will make you feel. That's energy exchange. I'm just telling you what it is. We ain't gotta tell people um, the demons and the goblins. No, man, you are the demon and the goblin. What you gonna be? You gonna be the angel or the devil? Because even if you being an angel, you can still be somebody else's devil. That's just what it is, man. You can do everything right, and that's gonna hinder someone else's progress. That's how life is. That's duality. That's the divine connection. We all connected in some type of way, shape, fashion, or form. But what believing in something outside yourself, you know what that do? You know what that actually does. Think about what I'm saying. And correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Thinking or giving credit or blaming something outside of yourself takes away the responsibility. That's the devil. All this bad stuff happening to me, that's the devil. No, that's you. All the bad stuff happening to you is you. It's because you put yourself in this position. You put yourself around that person. All the bad stuff happen is because of you. It ain't because of no devil. You are the devil. Your decision making is devilish. Your choices are devilish. That's what it is. It's you. Other people doing this to me. Why the hell are you around them? If you wasn't around them, they wouldn't be doing nothing to you. These are the things I had to, like my grandmother. Look, man, I grew up with women that didn't bite their tongue. Right? Anytime I said anything about what somebody else did, first thing she said, "What the hell you around them for? What, you gave them access to do it, so it's your fault." And I'm like, "No, it's not. How am I supposed to know? I was just doing it. It don't matter. You seen a sign, you need to leave. First sign, go. Don't deal with it." My grandmother helped me understand everyone ain't worthy of my time, energy, and effort. Everyone is not. And I used to feel bad. I used to think that was pride. I used to think that was arrogant because I feel like I'm better than somebody. Who am I to say I should only allow this type of person around me? Who am I to say that? Why do I think I'm so special? You should be special to yourself. That's why a lot of people get into shit because they don't feel special. They just give anybody their time. They give anybody their attention and get mad when you give it away. People don't take care of it. When you give things that's precious to you away, you give it away. You no longer have no say so of how the person who you gave it to utilizes it or uses it or treats it or throw it away. No, you gave up that right when you gave it away. These are the harsh realities I had to swallow. So now everybody don't get me no more. No, I'm straight. And I've been happy ever since. I've been happy ever since. I've been stress free ever since. And then even when people do sneak in and do, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. Even if a person sneak in and take advantage of, they only go hurt me so much. They only go do so much before I cut them off. Yeah, you only gonna be able to do so much. But that's experience. You gotta go through things. The word I was born into a family of jealous people. Hey, I say like this, man. Even with that, right? I would ask why they jealous. That'd be my question. Why are they jealous? Like, if I understand why people jealous, then I understand sometimes how to better deal with them. Once I understand how people are, then I look for why they are. Once I understand why they are, I understand if I can deal with them or if I can't. And if I can deal with them, it has to be a way where I'm not hurting myself. It has to be a way I'm not hurting myself. Self-terrorism, bro. It's so much self-afflicted. Y'all laughing at me? James, you laughing, bro? I was told it makes because they didn't do what I did and boasting of it or overstated it is offensive to them. I mean, me personally, I'll be like, he feeling himself. I'm around people who brag all the time. Sometimes they have to do that to, feel good about what they did. You know, sometimes, I mean, that's like this. When you, I've been around a lot of millionaires, right? You know what they don't talk about to me? They don't talk to me about how much money they got, what they can do with their money. No, they talk about everyday life. You know why? Because they used to it. A lot of times when you used to success, you don't talk about how successful you are. You know why? Because you used to it. You're accustomed to it. It's natural to you. So you don't have to brag about stuff. When you accustomed to things, it's usually the people who not accustomed to having something that's talking about it. I've never seen any of the people I know who are millionaires walking around with a stack of money acting like they're talking on the phone. I've never seen that. I've very rarely seen them with cash. They usually get like black and platinum cards and diamond cards and shit like that. I very rarely see them use cash. I very rarely seen that. That's for the people trying to show you they got money. And then you learn a lot of that money is fronted to them, but you got to understand they putting on the show. That's how I look at it. When the regular people do that, then I'll be like, I know they ain't got money. I know that for a fact. You're not used to that because you bragging about how much cash you got. Let's talk about a portfolio. What do you have? I remember this one dude was trying to flex on me. I'm like, "What's your portfolio look like?" He like, "What's that?" We different, bro. You got a trust? No, you don't have a trust. No, we different, bro. I don't care how much cash you can show me. You know what a liquid asset is? You got any CDs hidden away? You got a 401k? You got something? Like show me that. That to me is wealth. But like when I talk to people about money, we don't even talk about liquid assets. We talk about portfolios. What do your portfolio consist of? That's how we talk about money. That's how people impress me with money. When people say what's in your name, I'm not even talk. If you get man, I done learned some stuff that the rich folk do, right? Then very first thing is never put nothing in your straw man name. I wish I knew that when I was younger. I'm teaching my son that. I'm gonna teach him that. I'm not teaching him now. But nah, he had never put nothing in the straw man name. Most people don't even know what a straw man name is. You ever notice when you get mail to your house, your name is capitalized from beginning to end? On certain documents, when you write capital first letter and then lowercase. But when it's anything that has to do with transaction, you'll notice your name is in all capital letters, and that's for a reason. On your birth certificate, your name is in all capital letters. On your social security, your name is in all capital letters. That's for a reason, man. Oh man, y'all about to get me deeply into the differences that help me do what I need to do. Yeah, you just have people just have to be proactive, man. Proactive. Just be a little proactive. I don't think research like this is what I'm saying. This is the funny thing. Like people like me, they say, "Oh, you know it all." And we don't. Because we'll be the first people to tell you we gotta research, we gotta study, we gotta figure it out. But they will say that because of the way we present and how passionate we are about certain concepts. Like I really do this. But it be the people who just giving you their opinion and want you to believe them. I don't need anyone to believe me. I want to show you. That's just my whole method is showing you. Here's the source. Oh my bad, I didn't even see that. Yeah, but I just wanted to their smell. Yeah, I just wanted to tap in with it. My bad on that. I forgot I did not have Chrome on this. This is a newer laptop. I had it probably almost a month now. But I've been rocking out with that Microsoft, whatever browser they've been using. but I pull everything and save it usually in my Chrome tab, and I forgot this didn't have Chrome on. The last tablet, it wasn't a tablet, but the last computer I had was a Google. What is it? I think it was a Chromebook. Yeah, it was a Chromebook. Um, so that already had all my stuff on it. So yeah, but this was a good talk. I guess my people went to sleep. I guess Tay went to sleep, and I know what you call it went to sleep. Um, Gary, was Gary even in here? I don't think Gary was in here. But yeah, so what up, Nines? What up, Commander? Appreciate you, sis. I wasn't even petty tonight. I wasn't even petty tonight, Commander. I was being good. It took me a minute to pull some stuff up, but I was being good. I was being good, Commander. I don't have to report to HR tomorrow. Yeah, but my bad on that breakdown. I just didn't. I forgot I didn't have Chrome on. I wasn't prepared. I apologize for that. I should have. I started to make a whole slide for it, but I wanted to pull it up so y'all could see it for y'all. So that's just the easier way I can give you the resource. Um, but I didn't expect. Even when I googled it, I knew it was a translator. I didn't know it was a Google translator. I didn't know that was a Google translator. I just thought it was like a translator from a website because I use two different ones when I translate Hebraic text. And because I thought, that's one of my saved things, I thought it was one of those translators, but it wasn't. Um, so yeah, that's my bad. But I clean that up and I clean it up and bring it uh, a little bit more in the lecture. But there's a couple words I want to talk about this in Hebrew that's has multiple understanding. But the main thing I wanted to point out, and I was hoping somebody else hit me with a different question about, the word pride itself, besides talking about, but that's the main, thing people talk about. They get the pride before the fall. They always relate it back to what the Bible say about pride. And even if you look up, hold on, look, because I had that up earlier. Where's that Bible hub? But they will tell you like the differences, and it'll make sense once you see the different what that word means, the construction of the characters mean, boastfulness. Every word is excessive pride except for the word pride. So how would you associate all these things being more than just pride to pride itself? Now we're talking about something over pride. But like I said, it's the association. This is how we learn. This is when you look what's translated. When you look, okay, this word is similar to this word. That's how you translate. This is the closest word in this language to this language. That's how translations are done. That's why if you ask someone who speak like Commander, she speak multiple languages, right? Spanish and English, and those are very two closely close languages, right? Because they both come from Latin. They both have Germanic roots. So Spanish and English are very close. There's a lot of Spanish. I'm not gonna say Spanish, but a lot of Latin. Like a lot of Latin creates a lot of the English word, right? So they very closely associated, but there's still some words in Spanish that doesn't have a clear translation in English. You have to associate it. Well, this is the closest meaning to the word, and those languages are like cousins. Those languages are transliteration. Now, when you go into transliteration, that's a little different because now we're just thinking about the sound, right? Now you're just looking at the sound. These words sound similar. So then you completely lose the meaning of the word. You just focusing on the pronunciation. That's transliteration, right? So you now, say, Commander, you going where I'm going with this. Now You have to go back and see what was translated, meaning similar meaning than what was transliterated. Miss Chicago, what up, though? I think I did a show on that, didn't I? Transliteration, or I put that in the show. Okay. So when you're talking about these languages, right, and you say, well, this means this and that means that, you got to understand how we got there, right? So when we look up, I'm happy you said that, Commander. Transliteration is the process of transferring a word from the alphabet of one language to the other, right? You're transferring a word. Transliteration helps people pronounce words and names in foreign languages. Unlike translation, which tells you the meaning of the word that's written in another language, transliteration only gives you an idea of how the word is pronounced. By putting in familiar alphabets, it changed the letter from the word's original alphabet to similar sounding letters in a different one. In the Hebrew, the Jewish winter holiday is whatever that is, because I don't speak Hebrew. In English, the transliteration is Hanukkah or Chakanua. So you have to go through the book and see what was transliterated and what was translated. Because even this, right? This is the main one, right? The main one. The main one is Yeshua. When you translate Yeshua from Hebrew into Greek, when you translate Yeshua into Hebrew into Greek, that was a transliteration. This is why you get Izus or Ezus. But the meaning of that word Ezus is not Jesus. It's son of Zeus in Greek. It means son of Zeus, the savior. And the reason it means the son of Zeus, because in Greek, Izus, meaning the savior, is the son of Zeus. That's what it means in Greek. It means the son of Zeus. But the wording means savior. But when you look at these characters and how they put together, the Greeks' understanding was son of Zeus as our savior. Now, when you look at what is Azul, it means hail Zeus. I is two transliterations. Is Izus, which means hail Zeus, and is Ishul, which means savior or son of Zeus. So one was praising Zeus, one was saying the son of Zeus. But when you translate Yeshua from Hebrew, the original language, into English, it means Joshua. It ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. Where you get Jesus from is the translation of Greek into what we call Old English or Grammatic. It was actually Canaanite Phoenician, but that's what that's what the Hebrew was originally. It was Canaanite Phoenician. The Grammatic language is a mixture of a whole bunch of different languages. You gonna hurt your head. Research what the Grammatic is, and that's what you get right before Old English. That's what you get prior to Old English, and what we speak now is modern English. It all came from the Grammatic, but all that came from the Phoenicians, because the Phoenicians created the A-E-I-O-U, created the vowels. That's why everything like that when it comes to communicating or speaking, it start with phone, phonics. That's in reverence to the Phoenician. That's how they paid homage to the Phoenicians. That's how, concepts and words are made. Joshua, yeah. When you go from Yeshua from Hebrew to English, it translates to Joshua. That's a whole nother story when you're talking about the Bible, because man, y'all gonna have to figure that out for yourself. Well, you'll start noticing, like, hold on, man, Joshua was doing some of the same things. That's a whole nother story. I ain't even gonna touch on that one. Um, but yeah, so that's where you get that from. Um, so these words, man, like even like when I'm talking about pride, you gotta understand that people, if you don't have pride, like if you look up the synonym, not the synonym, I'm sorry, the antonym of pride, you will see stuff like you will see humbleness, but you also see meekness, low self esteem. The opposite of pride is that shit more negative than pride itself. What they try to tell you pride is, if you look at the opposite of pride, it'll be more negative than what they tell you pride is. That's the crazy thing. Right? Either you get it or you don't. Use it or you lose it, and that's just what it is. But it's not something bad. It's something that it should be regulated, like anything in life. You should be balancing and regulating everything. Everything has duality to it. Things can be used to create, or things can be used to destroy. You can put gas in your car and it can get you around. It can save lives by putting it in the fire truck, or you put gas in the ambulance. You're saving lives with gas, right? But then you see some people use gas on houses and they take lives. So it ain't the gas that's wrong, it's the intent. That's what it is. So even with pride, it's the intent. If you overuse it, then yeah, you done evolved into something else. If you underuse it, then that's something else too. Because is lack of pride, is that good? Lack of pride? Then you start looking at what's similar to lack of pride. Then you start seeing all these negative. So it's like, what are you supposed to have? A lot of this is just to keep people confused. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of these concepts and this wordplay and what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I had people tell me I don't believe in God because I don't believe in God the way they do. So therefore, I'm a bad person because I don't believe in God the way they do. And I'm like, that's the difference. I don't judge you because you believe. I know it's a difference between knowing something and believing something. I don't need a book to develop nothing that's within me. And the book just made me aware. Now I know there's a higher power because I done read this and then I read this, and all these things are similar. But I understand because I practice a lot of stuff and I develop my own personal relationship with the creator. So I don't have to use associations. I don't have to say, oh, God is a he sitting on a cloud. When he get upset and mad, he decided to destroy the earth. I don't have to do all that. I don't have to wait for somebody to come save me because the creator put it in me to save my damn self. That's what the creator did for me. When you establish your own relationship with the higher power, you begin to understand you was never alone and you will never be alone. This is what knowing God did for me. I know I ain't never alone. Why you think I can come on here with confidence and smile and laugh and joke with y'all? I can't fucking see. You know how drastically my life changed? It'd be people feeling bad for me. I'll be like, man, damn, am I like fucked up or something? Because I don't feel bad for myself like these people do. No, because I got that higher power in me. Like, this is just a test, my son. You good. I knew you was built for this. Look all the stuff we've been through prior to this, right? We got through that, right? Yeah, we're gonna get through this too. We get to show the glory of the creator because nothing can break you. You built for this. I'm built for adversity, man. I done been through a lot of shit in my life, man, that most people curl up and cry. People brains splattered on me. Best friends here today, gone tomorrow. People who I love tried to take me out. I experienced some of the worst shit ever. People who supposed to protect you taking advantage of you. Your own people exploiting you, but you don't hear no bitterness in my heart. I ain't coming on here like, watch out for your family because they'll take you out. Look, we know that. That ain't what we focused on. What we focused on is building a better you. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of things that's gonna come at you, right? A lot of it is. But if you're ready for it, it ain't gonna fuck with you. You have to be unfuckwittable. You have to build yourself like that. You have to accept what you've been through, understand how it made you stronger. And when you wake up the next day, lace your boots up tight, tuck your pants in them, because guess what? You're going to step in some shit. But at least it ain't going to be on your pants when you do it. You can clean your boots off and get ready to do it again tomorrow. That's life. You can either complain about it or make it work for you. I'm trying to show people it can work for you no matter what circumstance you're in, no matter what condition you're in right now. It can change. You can be the change that you need. And Brother Gary say, change can be good or bad. And that's the reality. You determine whether the change is good or bad. You determine that. Stop giving power to everything outside yourself when you got the abundance amount of power inside yourself to make anything shake and move. They wanted God in, because if you knew God was in you, wouldn't nothing stop you. You would never feel alone. You would never feel defeated if you knew it was in you. But if you think it's outside you, then they can control that, right? They can control that. They can make you go to church. They can make you clap your hands and pay the tithes, and they can do it. They control your relationship with God. That's a sin. You're sinning against yourself. You develop your own relationship. Those books are only for awareness, for understanding. It can give you clarity, but you need to write your own book. That's what we all came here to do. We came to write our own books. We came to develop our own relationship with God, because that book can only tell you about other people's relationship. Now tell me when I'm lying. Is that book not filled of other people's experiences with God? That makes you aware you can have it. They tell you, they want you to believe you can't connect to the divine, and you won't if you don't believe you can. If you don't think you can, no, you won't. You go keep going to other people trying to develop a relationship with God when you need to be doing it yourself. They don't want you to do that. That's too much power, baby. Because I promise you, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you it take me sometimes 30, 40 minutes to get out the bed. You ask anybody who talked to me, I don't complain. That 30, 40 minutes it take me, sit back and think about how can I be more effective and efficient for that day. I utilize that time. I utilize it, man. Ain't no point in feeling bad for myself. It gets me nowhere. It will not benefit me. Me feeling bad for anything that I ever have to experience or go through, it don't get me nowhere. Never have, never will. I accept my conditions, my circumstances, and I do the best I can with them. That's just what it is. Ain't nothing supernatural. It ain't none of that. It's my confidence. It's my ignorance. A lot of it is ignorance. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm ignorance. I am ignorant. I have not had those things happen. Yeah. Like people who ain't experienced life, man. I feel bad for them because when it kick you in the balls, you ain't gonna know what to do. Cause life go, man. Excuse my French. We're in the petty hour. We're in the petty hour. But yeah, when life kick you in the balls, you ain't used to taking that blow. You go curl up. Shit, life kicked me in the balls. Now I'll be like, oh, thank you. It hurt for a minute, but I'll be good. Ignorance is bliss. Yeah, that's another word, man. It's duality to everything. Man, you can use ignorance as a superpower. I promise you can. I promise you can. Just not too much of it now. Too much of it, like I said, anything too much of is bad. Anything. But yeah, I act ignorant all the time. I act ignorant all the time. Ignorance is one of them things like this. Let me show you how you can use ignorance on the internet, right? Ignorance 101 on the internet. So, right, we don't really know each other on here, right? Um, we get to know each other. We talk in the chat. We do all that. So when someone decides to not like you because you did this or you did that, and they're not even interested in why you did this or did that, just play ignorant, because that's what they do. You know, people a lot of times just don't want to like you, so they have something to talk about. You know, a lot of times people don't want to like you because they see something in you that they ain't got in them, and it's your fault now because they ain't got it. That's just what it is. A lot of times on this internet, and I'm being petty right now. Where's my we in that time. We in that time. Let's be petty, man. But keep it real, right? Keep it real and petty. I'm about to keep it really petty, right? And if the shoe fit, wear it. Shit, wear it until it fall off and get another pair. But a lot of people, and I say everybody, I'm gonna include myself, project. I project when I come on here. I'm gonna talk about myself. I project. You know what I project? I project my thoughts. I project my information, my knowledge, my wisdom. I project all that on her. I project. But like I said, you don't hear me coming on here whining and crying. Even when people do stuff, I'd be like, damn, that's fucked up. Oh well, here we go. I project my ignorance. I project my humility. Because there be times I'd be like, I just don't say nothing. And that's because I'm a humble person in real life. Real life, I'm humble. I proved that today. I can be humble because I could have jacked him up. He was in my personal space, but I didn't. I didn't do that. I was the mature, bigger man, and walked away. Like he ain't threatened me or nothing, but it's just like, bro, I don't know you, and you coming around my family. I'm very protective. I'm like, I'm like a Doberman, bro. Doberman's different from Rottweilers and German Shepherds. Them Dobermans crazy, bro. You get around something they protecting, them Dobermans go crazy. I'm like that. Like I'm very uber protected, especially now that I lost my sight. It's like I'm a little bit more on edge when people come around me and moving funny. Because now I might not see something and not react fast enough. So I got to use intuition. So if I feel like I got to poke you, then I got to poke you. Right? I keep one of them things on me. I'm like, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Assassin's Creed, but yeah, I be keeping that thing up in there like that. But yeah, a lot of people project, and if you going through something, it's times where I'm lifing, right? Life be lifing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take the night off because if I come on here, I'm gonna project a lot of what I'm going through, and that's what happens. People go through stuff in real life, and they come in here and project it onto other people. To me, that's not me being responsible. So I try not to do it. Sometimes it's gonna slip out every now and then. But I ain't gonna ever come over here and try to put no fear in nobody. I ain't gonna ever come in here and try to put no shame on nobody. You should be shameful because of this. Because nah, man, I'm straight. Now everybody got their own way, right? And if you ain't doing it like I'm doing it, that's okay. Shit, your way can be better than mine. Then that's how I be looking at it. Like shit, that's why I take time and really watch people because I don't know everything, right? But I'm trying to learn a lot. I don't know everything, but I'm trying to learn a lot. Man, my bad. I'm looking at this queso dip on my table, and I'm looking like my wife got some plain chips. Like who eat plain chips and queso dip? That shit weird, man. My wife, man. I ain't even about to say it. I'm gonna be quiet. 'Cause I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm always in trouble though. Always. I stay in trouble. I bought I ain't gonna lie, I did this on purpose just to fuck with my mom and dad, right? This is what I'm saying. When I tell y'all I'm petty, I do shit like this, right? We at the store. I see this little Lions dress, right? And I'm like, oh man, that'd be dope. My daughter can wear this because she watched the football games with me. Like my daughter been watching football with me since she been here, right? So I'm like, she can wear this when we watch the game, so I'm gonna buy it. Right. So that's what I told my wife. I'm gonna buy this so when we watch the Lions games, she can have her little dress on, her little Lions, it's like a little jersey dress or whatever. So I'm like, so I bought the dress. We got home. My wife, like, oh, this is so cute. I'm like, yeah, you should take a picture of it and put it in the group chat. And she looked at me. She said, you an asshole. She said, that's the only reason you brought that. And I'm like, so what? Just do it. So she took a picture and put it in there. And my dad will say, yeah, I can't wait to see him wear it. I'm like, I bought that for my daughter. He was like, oh, anybody who a Lions fan should wear a dress. I just thought that was yours. And I'm like, yeah, my dad is smart ass. But yeah, I just bought it just to fuck because they Steeler fans and they go crazy. If the kids ain't got anything but Steelers, they go crazy. So I'm like, I'm bored. I want to pick with them. So I'm gonna buy this just to take a picture of it because now they know. Like if I took a picture of it at the store, like it wouldn't hit the way it hit. Like I'm taking a picture at home. Look what we got. Look what she wearing. That's different, right? So yeah, I did that just to fuck with my parents. That's how petty I am. I do stuff like that. They do stuff like that too. My mom, but see, I like the Steelers. That's the thing, right? So I don't mind stuff like that. But this is how my mom get me back, right? My mom would do stuff like this. My mom would buy them things that make a lot of noise. Like she bought my son a little grand piano. I'm like, what the hell he need a grand piano for? Oh, okay, I get it now. So he can play it and bang on it okay, they buy stuff that fly and shoot, like rockets and stuff, knowing that he will be playing with this in the house. That's what they do, right? So I come from we do shit like that, okay? We do stuff like that, but it's all fun. My mom will come over here and sugar my kids up and leave. My sister did that. She's like, "Oh, he can have that. He can have this. He can have that." My son bouncing off the wall. She like, "See you later." Like, okay, but I ain't gonna lie. I used to do that when because they had kids before me. So I used to my nephews and niece. What y'all want? Yeah, y'all can have that. You want popsicles? Yeah, that ain't that bad. These sugar free. Not. Go ahead. Y'all can have like 4 or 5 of them. Get them kids bouncing off, then drop them off, man. They used to be mad. I told you not to give them. I'm like, look, I'm the older brother. I can give them whatever. I'm Uncle D. I'm the cool uncle. I'm the only uncle from y'all they got. So now I'm Uncle D. I'm the one who let them have fun. Now I got kids, so they like, yeah, got your back. So, but that's what we do, man. That's why my family so. That's why we like the way we are. We tight, man. We tight. I ain't got no complaint about my family. Like I got some people in my family I don't deal with. I don't focus on them, right? This is what I'm telling you. If you only got one good person in your family, appreciate them for being that one good person. Don't worry about nobody else. Focus on that one good person and watch what happens. Y'all will be the influencers, man. I tell my wife this, and this is so hard. And I honestly can't tell y'all how to get. I can't tell y'all how to do it, but I can tell you what it is, right? I can tell you what it is. Stop focusing on things you don't want. Stop complaining about things you don't want. Stop accepting things you don't want. Things you don't want are there because you don't want them, right? Stop focusing on them. Stop talking about them. Think about the opposite of it. I don't like pain, despair. I want love. Well, just think about how it feels to be loved, and find things in your life that love you and you love it, and watch that grow. Watch how much of that grows when you start focusing on things you do desire versus what you don't. And I know it's a hard process. I've been telling my wife this for the last 5 years, 4 years. Stop focusing on things. She be like, "Well, this isn't have this. Look, don't worry about that. Everything go shake. Okay, you feel I don't want that to happen. Change the momentum. I don't want that to happen. I want this. How can I make this happen? Because whatever you're paying attention to, you will be looking for that. You go keep seeing it one way or another. You go keep seeing it. So imagine if it worked like that. Imagine if you focus on what you do want. You will keep seeing it. That's how abundance comes. Being grateful. It's not hard. We complicate these things. We complicate life, man. Life is so damn easy. And complain at the same time. You feel me? You can't. It's impossible to be grateful and complain at the same time. Need a jersey for the dog too. Oh man, that'd be uber petty. Yeah. That'd go to a whole nother. That'd be universal petty. I'm gonna get a Lions. I bought them a lawn set, right? It was like a two like camping chairs and then a camping table, like a fold pop up table, and it's all Steelers. So they popped that up in the living room and watched the games, right? My mom and dad. And when they come camping or come out and about, when we do something at the park, they bring. But I had got me one, right? And all of a sudden, it disappeared, and I didn't know where it went. But I got me one. It wasn't Steelers. It was Lions. And I didn't know where it went. Only thing I know my dad told me is I didn't need it, so I assumed he did something to it. Like, man. So yeah, I gotta hide anything I buy Lions. I gotta hide it. Doggy pee pad. I'm gonna get a roll of tissue paper, a roll of Steelers tissue, and I'm only gonna put it out when they come over. I guess what I'm wiping my butt with today. But see, I like the Steelers though. I actually like this. That's the hometown. Like I like Detroit because that's what come on TV, and I'm here in the D, and it's like I guess city pride. If I mean I watch other things, but it's just like having some city pride. Like you want your city, your hometown, where you live at to do well. That's how I am. I'm not really a fan like that. Like if they lose, I'm not about to go jump off no building or nothing like that. I ain't about to whine or cry. People be bro. I think it's all scripted anyway. Just my opinion. Fair use YouTube. I just think it's all. I mean, anything put on TV is programmed to me. I don't believe all that stuff. Like it be, man. Look, I don't care what nobody say. Once I learned wrestling was fake, I gave up on everything. I gave up on everything. Like ain't nothing real. Ain't nothing that I know is real. Once I realized wrestling was fake, ain't nothing real. I'm like, ain't nothing real. Can't nothing in life be real if wrestling fake. You telling me Hulk Hogan? You telling me Hulk Hogan really didn't body slam Andre the Giant? Andre the Giant let Hulk. You telling me that was fake? Like they rehearsed that? That's what you telling me? That was planned for him to body slam Andre the Giant? I gave up on everything. I'm straight. Nothing is real. At that point, I knew we lived in a simulation. Let me stop. Somebody Nobody gonna take me serious. Yeah, but it did break my heart. When I found out wrestling was fake, it broke my heart. It really did. And when I found out the Wizard of Oz was fake, like, hold on, this ain't really happening. Like, we can't get sucked up in no tornado and go to that don't happen. Okay, never mind. I'm joking. I'm joking. Did you hear about the player who got mugged and took a bullet in California? I didn't hear. I didn't hear. I know Fat Man Scoop, rest in peace. You know, he an ancestor now. Shout out to rest in peace, Fat Man Scoop. Shout out to his family, man. Condolences to his family. Yeah, LA, man, they different over there. I'm straight. I've been to California. I ain't going back. I have no desire to be in California. The ground be moving. I'm good, man. I'm straight. I ain't going to no state. If y'all ain't never been in an earthquake where the ground was moving and the lights and everything was shaking and walls cracking, I'm straight. It's places on earth that don't do that. That's where I'm gonna stay. Like, what you gonna do? It's like the earth trying to swallow you. I don't know what y'all done did in California to piss off the ancestors, God. I don't know who y'all pissed off in California, but when the ground get to moving, I'm straight. Y'all talking about get under a desk, get in the doorway. If the ground open up and swallow you, it don't matter what you're under. I'm straight. Nah, nah, nah. Dogma free, passing by a bit. Get a second and chill, relax. And boy, I caught a great topic. This my shit. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm just talking now. This is really at the end of the show. It's really at the end of the show. I was cooking and like participation is great because I'm only gonna say what I'm gonna say. But when people get to putting in concepts or ideas or rebuttal, doing whatever they do, that just make me go in deeper. But I'm only gonna say what I'm gonna say because um, yeah, unless the show sponsor, I ain't getting paid. But I think last year a tornado hit LA. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm good. I'm good, man. Anywhere where the ground, and I ain't no offense, man. People, everybody built different. I'm built for the cold. I can live in the cold. I enjoy snow. I have fun in it. I got kids now. I get to throw snow at the dog. I get to cover the kid. I get to do a lot of fun stuff in the snow. I can do that. I can't do the ground opening up. I'm good. Mud slides, and then they got some crazy people there. Like here, like in Detroit. Oh yeah, they'll get you. Don't worry about it. They will rob you. But they respect some people. As long as you come in respectful and stuff like that, they appreciate you coming to the city, right? So they don't really bother celebrities unless the celebrities get, ignorant, They don't bother the celebrities and stuff. So and history and all that good stuff to come with it. I was really that was the point. I wanted somebody to say, well, what's the etymology of it? I ain't even got it up no more. But that was one of the things that I wanted to get into. And maybe we'll get into it because I want to break down the word humble too. Um, I think that'll be an interesting word, especially from the Hebrew into, the Latin. Is interesting because just seeing how the concept of these words changed throughout the centuries. These concepts are older than us, way older. Some of these words or concepts of these words been around since we've been writing. So um, just to think something is new under the sun, just because we use it this way, that don't mean that's the way the word was constructed. Especially when you look at a lot of these ancient words, because like I said before, the characters are built off symbols. So when you talk about the hieroglyphs, meaning the symbols, meaning concepts, or the symbols having meaning, it's the same for all these Greek, for Hebrew, and even like man, it was like this shit get deep because like it depends who you talk to because even when you say Hebrew, it's so many ways I could take that conversation because what you know is Hebrew now is not what was Hebrew of old. What that would is not the same thing. The Hebrew now is blended and fused with Yiddish, and that's Googleable. I mean, that's history. Because remember, Hebrew was once a dead language. Hebrew was they called it a dead language, and it was revived in the late 1800s. And the reason they revived it because they wanted to build a nation. This is what I'm saying. When you start learning why things happen, when you learn the why, you'll be like, "Oh shit, this is deeper than what I thought. This is deeper than what I thought." And all the information is there. You just got to go seek it. But what they considered the old Hebrew before it was fused with the Yiddish wasn't even considered Hebrew. It was Canaanite, and it was fused with Phoenicians. It wasn't even called Hebrew in that time. People didn't even consider that Hebrew writing. It was old Canaanite writing. So I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It depends. That's why, like sometimes, like when you having conversations with people, I gotta understand what they know because I'm trying to speak to them from their level. But a lot of times, I don't even be interested because I be feeling like you don't even know enough to go in to have this type of conversation with me. It's like I can't. I don't know. Like I'm getting older. Maybe that's what happens when you get older. You your patience run out. Like nah, you ain't ready. Go have that conversation with the dude at the car wash. Like my little brother. Like when we was talking about Islam, he was saying Islam is this, Islam is that. Bro, did Muhammad ever come out the cave when he first went in? When he said no, you ain't qualified. Then he told me Muhammad wrote the Quran. Bruh, that's why he came out the cave because he couldn't write. He had to go get some people to come back and write it for him. What angel was he talking to? He didn't. Okay. So, me indulging in a conversation about something that you don't know because you just showed me you don't know, then that's my fault for getting frustrated and aggravated and all these feelings. That's my fault for wasting my time. So, I have to be responsible. I understand you ain't there yet and keep it moving. Now, if you want me to teach you something, that's different. I can do that. But like once I see a person can only understand and it's something that I know, I'm not interested in the conversation. Now you just go have to learn from it. Now you can ask inquisitive questions. I'm here to give clarity, but it's the same for me. When I hear people speak, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna shut the hell up and listen so I can learn something. I don't know that. I don't know it. So why not humble myself enough to listen so I can learn? That's what's wrong with people. Get older and cranky. Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna be one of them cool old people. As long as they got my zigzags ready, I'm all right. Okay, let me get off here if I get in trouble. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking out for 2 hours. Um, I appreciate y'all. And like I said, I apologize. I got Google on my stuff, so now I can um, like the interfaces work together now. So whatever I do on my phone, I can do on my laptop now. I apologize for that earlier, but I get all that right, and I get it. I'll bring it in detail next time. I just make the slides myself, and I give y'all the resources that I got it from. I just do that. I was trying to make it easier and look it up, like pull it up so you can see. I can show you the information and you can see the resources, but I can just create it myself and then give you the resource. Um, yeah, I was trying to be slick and it's just I got Matumbo. No, 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 no. Got me. But next Saturday. Next Saturday, Commander. Yeah, it's next Saturday. Yeah, she has some I appreciate it, James. I appreciate it, brother. She had some stuff to do today and then it kind of worked out because my wife off. My wife is the boss, right? So when my wife off, it's kind of like she want to do this, she want to do that. So you know, um, I get it done. So I did a lot of unexpected running today, But she happy, the kids happy, everybody happy with daddy. So that's one of the greatest feelings in the world. That's my pride, right? That's my pride. My family, I got family pride. If you can make everyone happy in the house, even the dog was happy today. I got the dog some stuff. My family easy; they just get happy when I spend money on them. So, but yeah, she was off. So, and then tomorrow we're going to the carnival. We're going to the carnival tomorrow. So, but I'll be home in time to do the live. I might do it a little early. Probably do it around I'm gonna try to do it around 11. Take like an hour. And this is supposed to be a members only live, but I think I'm gonna leave it open. Don't know what happened, but it sounds like you strong. Yeah, man, I ain't had no choice, man. I was never given a choice in life to not be okay, So I don't know how to. I'm just being honest, man. I just from a young age, I was never allowed to cry. I was never allowed to give up. I was never allowed to quit, you know. So as I got older, it was just like when I was in difficult situations or under crazy circumstances, I went through emotions. I felt like shit. I felt sad, depressed. I felt I just didn't stay there. I just know I had to get up and, so I felt all those emotions. I went through them, but I just didn't ruminate with it, right? I didn't settle in it. I just kept pushing. And the more I did it, the easier it became. So even what I'm going through now, I done found, man, like I know the doctors be looking at me. I went to a low vision specialist and they was checking my left eye. And, every time you go to a new doctor, everybody want to see what's going on. So she was like, yeah, your optic nerve is completely stretched out. Is actually calcifying. And I'm like, man, how long is it going to take? Because I want my eye to hurry up and go white. She was like, why would you do that? I said, so I could take my eye patch off and freak people out. And she looked serious. Yeah, I need to get something out of it. And she was like, you have the best outlook. I'm like, I think it'll be badass. Like, it's going to happen regardless. Why not enjoy it? Shit. That's just how I look at life, man. That's just me, man. Like, that's just me. Like before this happened, I was selling real estate and selling life insurance. I was always on the go, moving, shaking. And I still work contingent at the hospital. Right, I'm a grinder. I'm really somebody who put in work. I grind when I work. I can't do that no more. I can't even drive. I did a lot of driving. I went to where business was at. So I did a lot of driving, a lot of moving around. And I can't do that no more. Right? But check this out. If I never would have lost my sight, the time I spent with my kids, I would have never been spending time with them like that. I wouldn't. So what some people look as a curse, I look at it as a gift. I get to spend an abundance amount of time with my kids. Time that I couldn't have spent with them. Like even when I came on here earlier, I was in the backyard with my son, pushing him on the swing, playing with his little rocket. He's showing me little tricks he's trying to do on his bike. So even when I kick it with y'all, I can kick it with the fam. That's a gift to me. I didn't have my dad and mom when I was that age. I didn't have that. But now I can get that to them. That can be normal to them. Even though I didn't have it, I can give it. So. Yeah, y'all do me a favor. Smack that like for me, man. Smack that button. And do me another favor, man. If anything I said resonated with you, man, Tell somebody to tell somebody. Help me spread the word, man. I got a good message, man. I'm a humble person, and my intentions are good. You'll see it yourself. You come kick it with me, man. I'm always do what I feel is right, and what I know is right is if I can't help you, I'm not gonna hurt you. I live by that. It's one of my mantras, right? If I can't help you, I'm not gonna hurt you. So my intent is never with a malice heart to do anything to anybody. Sometimes you gotta tighten people up and straighten them up, but even that, I'm gonna do it out of love. They do that out of love, but y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These are the conversations to build nation. And if I say anything to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Help me spread the word. It's stoic and optimistic and a positive character. I appreciate that, dog, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, my sensei just put me on the whole stoic. Like, I always knew who Dionysius or Dionysius was. I always knew who Plato or Aristotle. I just understood where a lot of those people got their teachings from. So I never really truly indulged into it. I went to like the original, but everybody, even if they got it from somewhere, they put their own spin to it. So, and that's what I understood when I started studying their philosophy. Like, they got their own little spin, like especially Dionysius. I like the free spirit of him. That's the crazy dude who used to piss and shit in front of everybody and didn't care, But it was, I liked his philosophy. I wouldn't practice a lot of it, but I understand it, and that's all it's really meant for you to do is to take what's useful and leave the rest. I like Miyamoto. The 5 rings. If you never got into the 5 rings, check that out, man. 5 rings is deep. Look, man, people reading The Art of War and 48 Laws of Power. Get into the 5 rings. Get into the 5 rings. I promise you, it'll change your life. The way you look at things, everything will change, man. Get into the 5 rings. I only read the book 3 times, but I listened to it on audiobook 10 times. I'm about to listen to it again. The 5 rings. Definitely get it. Miyamoto. He was labeled the baddest swordsman who ever lived. But check him out. Dope dude. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate it. I just don't like when people say it's the glass half full or half empty. I just see potential, and it's what you do with it. It's not the fact that it's empty or half empty or half full. It's just pure potential. What you go do with it. I believe we are the creators of our own autobiography. We write our own story. So just depends how much you understand the pen or how much power you feel that you have to create. At the end of the day. But yeah, let me get my butt out here. I appreciate y'all, man.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, that's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but